Hey guys, what's up? Darcy here at 6 Strings 9 Lives, back after a little vacation time, recharged, ready to go. Got lots of videos planned. Like I said before I left, I had planned that Scorpions ranking. I listened to the full catalog, kind of lining things up with that one, but there's a few that, suffered through them, I guess you would say, but we'll see that here in the next few weeks. We'll definitely work on that one. Got an update brewing. I was hoping that my Hell Ripper stuff would have been here when I got back home, but it's not, so it should be here any day now. Definitely, that one probably needs a video dedicated just to itself, to be honest with you. Then I got an episode of 6 with 6 Strings planned. I know I've said that before, but I will be doing it. And I had this box set waiting for me. I did the video on the Dawkins box set, which I absolutely love. I didn't have a lot of them on vinyl. Well, I actually had a couple of them on vinyl, but I'm just kind of a sucker for these box sets. I really am. That's what it boils down to. And I did pre-order the Motley Crue Crucial Crüe box set, which is right here, that I have not opened yet. And we'll open that here in a second, well, in a minute, whatever. But about 7 months ago, Motley Crue, or actually what happened prior to that is BMG bought Motley Crue's entire catalog. So all this stuff that's coming out, if you're blaming the band or this or that, it's BMG. They own the rights. They can pretty much have control of what's going on now. And with this tour with Def Leppard and Poison, why wouldn't they want to cash in and, grab a sucker like me? So I did a video on the kind of unboxing of those 5. These are all on black vinyl. Really worked for me because I don't have any Motley Crue on vinyl. I just have my original cassettes from back in the day and some CDs. So perfect. I mean, by all means, if you own the originals of these, I think just stick with it. It's up to you. Like I said, I'm a sucker for these box sets. I really am. The only thing is, BMG, the marketing team is very, they're no dummies. They put out the set of black vinyl first, then they come and do this pre-order for this all, what do they call it? Limited edition 180 gram colored vinyl. So I'm a bit of a sucker for colored vinyl too. So do I really need both? No. You know what? I may even sell the black versions. I don't know. We'll see. But again, I wanted the actual box. So if the box would have originally came out with all black vinyl, I may have passed on this one. I don't know. I'm weak. I have very little willpower. But anyways, we're going to take a look at this. I know there's there's a video from a friend. His name is Metal Marty Mac. He just did an unboxing. Marty, I have not watched your video because I wanted to get my own kind of reaction by opening this, but do me a favor. I'm going to leave a link to Marty's video and his channel. Go check out Metal Marty Mac. Cool guy from Ireland. Shows all kinds of stuff. He's definitely a true collector. Same ballpark as I am with the metal. A little heavier on, I think he shows some black metal and stuff like that, which I'm not, super into, but I'm really getting into quite a bit of death metal, things like that too. So anyways, go check out Marty's channel. Cool guy from Ireland. I love, I love a good accent, and maybe they're saying the same thing about my Canadian accent, but whatever. Marty's a cool guy. Go check him out. We're going to go through this. Like I said, I have not opened it. We're going to slide, get out my trusty box top cutter here, and we will slide this open and have a look at what we got. And from what I can tell, or what I've read, there is not much difference between the black versions and these multiple different colored versions as far as packaging and things like that. They still went with that distressed look, which that's the one thing that really actually irritates me from this set. I wish they wouldn't have did that. I like when they stay true to form, you know, with the original artwork. You know, I was thinking about that. Is this like, you know, if I was gonna buy myself a new car, would I want them to paint on some rust and give me tires that had, you know, 40,000 kilometers already on them? You know, I'll do my own wear and tear type of thing, if you know what I mean. I don't know if that makes any sense, but just not a big fan of that. We're gonna slide these out and then I'll show you the box. I'll rip off the, we'll keep that hype sticker intact. As far as those, the black versions that came out 7 months ago, they sound really good to me. I don't have like I said, I don't have an original Motley Crue vinyl to compare it to, but like I said, they sound good to me. So this box, okay, the texture is very, very similar to the Overkill. A little more sturdy. It's 5 albums, and actually the albums fit really good in there. I should have showed you the spine, but anyways, that's how the albums go in. Then on the back or the side, here's the spine, and on the back we have a just kind of a sheet that is kind of ticky-tack to the back, which I will I usually just take a blow dryer and heat it up and take them off and keep it inside. Let's see if we can just no, I don't want to try that. I just wanted to see if there was anything on the actual back of the box, because sometimes there is something underneath. But showing all the albums, you know, you have all the classics. Personally, I just hope this isn't gonna go on for, you know, 2 more years. I hope, as far as these reissues, I really would like to see BMG move along the Motley Crue catalog, especially the '94 album with John Crabbe. I really do enjoy that album. Would love to get a reissue, because a regular OG copy of that, I mean, you're looking at hundreds of dollars. So, all right, here's Too Fast for Love, and like I said, here's that wear and tear and stuff that we're talking about that I'm just not super fond of. But if I do see an original of any of these at a reasonable price along the way, I will pick them up, because I would like to have them, but I don't want to pay a bunch of money for them. All right, here we go. So I have shown these in the last video. You know what these are, so I'm not going to spend too much time. The quality, you know, of the cardboard, things like that, it's really good. Kind of just going to go through these so we can have a look at this vinyl. And Too Fast for Love, you know the album really well. So this one is on a black and white splatter with a white centering, which is the same as the versions that were first reissued here 7 months ago. Won't have to talk too much about this album. Hey, maybe we could do a little mini ranking at the end. Plus, I got a couple other things I want to talk about. Motley Crue related. Another item that I picked up that I haven't even opened yet. So there we have Too Fast for Love, Shout at the Devil, my introduction to Motley Crue, Shout at the Devil. I'll never forget the day that I first heard In the Beginning and into the riff for Shout at the Devil. And honestly, it was like no looking back. Here we have, okay, kind of a piss yellow with a lot of vitamin C, I would say. Anyways, with some black splatter, red logo, which is, was that the same as, yeah, that is the same as on the other reissue. So the color wise, I don't, doesn't make a lot of sense, you know, compared to the album, but they had to, I guess they had to vary it up a bit. Maybe they're trying to make it look more like this, which that was the cover for my original cassette. If you guys remember, you know, the cassette version of Shout at the Devil. All right, we'll set that one aside. And then we have 1985's Theater of Pain. Again, well, we'll throw a few little stories in here. I remember sitting on my BMX bike, waiting for the shop to open to go in and pick up the cassette for Theater of Pain, and loved it ever since. and those of you, well, I'm sure a lot of you know, is that the track listing on the back here is in alphabetical order, okay? So it's not in the actual order of the tracks showing on the album. It goes right through, like I said, alphabetical, straightforward. And this is about as, you know, glammy as Motley, you know, ever looked. It was, especially that back cover with where Vince is mostly in white and then the black background versus the other three guys. But so what do we have for vinyl on this one? I forget. So you know what? This one makes sense. This actually, it's pink. So this almost looks like what Vince was wearing. So this is a pink with black. And we got kind of a yellow center ring, whereas the other reissue from the black versions is actually the black and red Electra. You know the logo. So I'm not sure why they did that, or if they just ran out of those or whatever happened, but I guess maybe this one makes a little more sense on here. I'm not sure, but yeah, not bad. Pink and black, that's pretty cool. And then on to, oh, did I even read you the hype? Well, let's just show you this hype sticker before I forget, because it's pretty cool. On here they have Too Fast for Love is a platinum selling album. Shout at the Devil, 4 times platinum. Girls Theater, 4 times platinum. You wouldn't think that, because that album actually gets shit on more than it deserves. Girls, 4 times platinum. And Dr. Feelgood, 6 times platinum. So on to Girls. Again, you got you got the wear and tear. You got the little bit of, you know, aged look to some of these, which, yeah, but I'm just gonna have to get over that and wait out an original, I guess. All right, let's see what we got here. Ooh, very nice. Okay, we got a blue with black splatter. Centering is kind of a lighter black look, which versus the first black reissue had the Electra black and red. I had pre-checked before I even did this video, so I would know to tell you, not that the centering really matters, but it's always cool to see that black and red original Electra logo. You know, if you have some Electra originals kicking around. All right, and then lastly we have, now do I remember what this, okay, you got to think that this one's going to be some kind of green with black maybe. Let's see. I didn't watch a lot. I only seen pictures of this set, so I didn't watch many videos, but I will watch a couple after this. Okay. Kind of it actually looks darker when I'm not holding it up. So imagine that a little bit closer to my shirt, I guess you'd say. But with the light behind it, it looks just kind of see-through, lime green with red fleck. And this one actually has the same white centering as the other reissue. Okay, pretty cool. Like I said, and I've said it probably 3 or 4 times, I'm a bit of a sucker for these box sets. Any of this 80s stuff that does come out, gets released, I would definitely personally love to see, like I've said before too, a set with the first 5 Rat albums and including their EP. I would love to see a Cinderella set. You know, some of those 80s bands that I grew up with. Yeah, I can't think of any. Well, I picked up the Dokken one. The Skid Row one is great too. You know, it's got, well, I wouldn't say all you need for Skid Row, because that new album is pretty damn good. So let's do a little mini ranking. We got a couple of minutes here. I did a ranking on Motley Crue's albums. So let's go show you, let's go my favorite. Let's go first to worst. So my introduction to Motley Crue, this has always been my number 1 and will remain my number 1. I can't see them honestly ever putting out a new studio album, and at this point, what's the point? So there's my number one. Number two, always been my number two. Too Fast for Love, great album. You know, I've never owned an original leather records version, but I've always loved this version. Of course, I discovered this after Shout at the Devil, but you know, I think Motley Crue, for the most part, they never really made the same album. They definitely never used the same logo either. I've always thought that Motley Crue, it always fit Motley Crue. So where some bands, if Iron Maiden came in and changed their logo every album, you'd say, you know, what are you guys doing? But for Motley Crue, it fits. So there's my number two. Number three, maybe it'll be a surprise to you, but this was my first new release, Motley Crue, and I love this album. I think, let's throw underrated in there if you want, but I love the deep tracks too. Theater of Pain, my number three. Even City Boy Blues, I love it. My favorite tracks on here have always been Louder Than Hell, Save Our Souls, Keep Your Eye on the Money, a great track. Smoking in the Boys' Room and Home Sweet Home, those are two that I could care less if I ever heard them again. But the guitar tone on this album, Mick Mars he is killing it on this album. If you just focus on that, you know, whether it was rushed or not, love those tracks. Like I said, Louder Than Hell, Save Our Souls, superb. Number three. Number four, Dr. Feelgood. What is this, 1989? You know, few big hits on here. Great production, great drum sound. Bob Rock produced album. You know, I don't like, even being number four obviously doesn't mean it's a bad album, but we all have these different entry points and when we discovered Motley Crue, things like that. But there it is, number four, Dr. Feelgood, only leaving one, which I think this album is a little overrated. In my opinion, it does contain my single favorite Motley Crue song ever, Wild Side. I got to see them on this tour in 1987. Whitesnake opened for them in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. But yeah, it's always bothered me, Jailhouse Rock live version to end an album. They should have just left it off, to be honest. And there's some kind of, you know, Nona is kind of a throw-in. But there's some great tracks on here too, so don't get me wrong, but it is my least favorite of the five. Dancing on Glass, love that song too. All in the Name of, there's a, you know, You're All I Need, kind of, you know, the ballad of the album. But there's number five, so there's the quick mini ranking. Also, this record store day coming up, there is going to be a 40th anniversary, 1 second. 40th anniversary reissue picture disc of Helter Skelter. It's going to include, so side one would be Helter Skelter and Red Hot, and side two would be Livewire and Piece of Your Action, I believe. If you remember back in the day, around 83-ish, obviously, those that blood splatter photo session that they did, this is kind of what exactly from that time period it's from. It's a picture disc, like I said, available to celebrating 40 years of Shout at the Devil. And so if you're interested in that, I'm not super big on picture discs, to be honest with you, but being that it's Motley Crue and it's from the Shout at the Devil time, I might pick it up. I'm not saying I won't, but I picked this one up and I haven't even opened it yet, so I thought, well, might as well open this on camera. This is the 10-inch from Black Friday Record Store Day. So this is Motley Crue celebrating celebrating the 35th anniversary of Motley Crue's iconic 1987 album, Girls, Girls, Girls. Okay, it's an okay word to use, iconic. I wouldn't say legendary. That would be pushing it, I would think. But anyways, rare 4-track, 45 RPM EP on 10-inch red vinyl. So this thing contains, well, here's the track listing actually. You're All That I Need, Wild Side, Home Sweet Home, and Looks That Kill. Like I said, I haven't even opened this yet, so we'll have a quick look. I personally don't have a lot of 10-inch singles. I have, I got a couple from those latest Sabotage reissues, which are really cool. And I have, there was one from Judas Priest from the, oh, now I'm drawing a blank on what album. Anyways, I have one Judas Priest 10-inch, but I think maybe 4 or 5 I have. So we'll slip that out, paper sleeve. Pretty cool to have. I mean, stuff like this disappears. I'm not the biggest record store day guy, period, or even anymore. I just think it's, for the most part, it's a cash grab. It really is, but there's a couple of pieces that I would probably regret if I didn't even try to get. So here it is, Motley Crue, the All That I Need 10-inch. So, you know, I would much prefer these 10-inch releases than a picture disc any day. I think for the most part, you know, some of us that collect a few pieces here and there really don't even play picture discs. They're just kind of just sitting there, and you know you have them, but they're just gathering up dust or whatever. So there's that. Don't forget to go check out Metal Marty Mac's channel. He did an unboxing video, which I'm going to watch shortly after I put this video out, and work on some ideas, and hopefully that Hell Ripper stuff. I'll be honest with you, I've already listened to the album so many times. You know, on my phone, I couldn't wait. When you purchase through Bandcamp, you get access to the album, which was released on last Friday. Was it last Friday? Yeah, last Friday. Just absolutely a superb album, but I'm going to save my thoughts on that. You know, I'm a huge Hell Ripper fan. Got a few things piling up here too. Listening to some Anthem in the background. Great Japanese metal. They have a new album coming out too, which we'll talk about in the future. But I think that's it for now. Thanks for hanging out. And again, I'll just throw that out there. If you have these originals of any of these Motley Crue albums, hey, hang on to them. They're awesome. I wouldn't see the point unless you're, you know, like me and you just really want the box set. And there, like I said too, there's not a pile that I would want of 80s stuff, but definitely would like to see that Rat one next. But I'll stop babbling on. We will see you very soon. Hope you enjoyed this one. And until next time, stay heavy.